Okay, this is week something of studying Thai. 40 something, I think. 41, I don't know. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm feeling the fatigue. And I think part of me feeling the fatigue is just due to the fact that I've also added Korean to the mix. And that's a no-no. Just in case you're watching this video, you should never add a second language in while you're trying to study another language. That's like a terrible idea. But, you know, it's like, if anybody can do it, it's me. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. So we're going to give it a go. Now, I'm feeling major fatigue from doing this. This is it's really difficult. Between you know, shooting videos, uploading videos, managing the YouTube channel. Also, I work a normal job, just like any normal Joe Schmo. Yeah, it's really, man, it's really taxing. It really takes a lot out of me. But you know, that's what I'm here for. You know, this is what this channel is about. It's about learning a language, and it's about trying things that you're not supposed to do and seeing if it can be done. Because, all right, I know I can learn a language in 2 years. I studied Japanese, Vietnamese, what other language do I know? I feel like I know some other languages, but I can't remember right now. Anyways, I'm studying Thai, and I know that I can learn a language in 2 years. Maybe you don't know as a viewer. Maybe you look and you're like, we don't know if this guy can actually learn a language in 2 years. Maybe he's just talking crazy. But I know I can. And I'm still confident that I'll have Thai. I'll be nice with my Thai in 2 years. But adding Korean to the mix is a no-no, and it really could just kind of mess up everything. You know, it could. But yeah, I mean, we only get one life, man. I don't know how many years I have left on the clock, you know? So, or, you know, might as well just go for whatever I want to go for. And I know if I document it, then I'll actually put real effort into it, because I don't want to come back to you in 2 years and not be able to speak the language. Even if I'm not getting any views off of this, I still, you know, want to have something to show. So if it can be done, it's going to get done. And I believe it can get done. Even though it's a no-no, I believe it can be done. So how is my Thai? My Thai is still nice, but I think this has been the least productive week that I have had since I started studying Thai. I mean, even aside from my plateau weeks, those weeks when I was plateauing out, and not mainly because it's not a plateau that I'm at, but it's a sudden loss in interest, you know? And this is one of those things that I really want to talk about, because this happens. And I guess it happens to most people way earlier than what is happening to me. But that loss of interest is probably even worse than the learning plateau. And I don't know. I got to overcome that, and I will overcome it. And there's I've made videos talk about what to do to overcome interest, but there's something more going on with this interest. There's a part of me that's like, the reality is like, I don't know how much I really like living in Thailand. You know, I don't hate it, but I don't think I love living in Thailand. See, I loved living in Vietnam. I don't think I love living in Thailand. So there's a part of me that's like, you know, you're not going to really live here all that long. You know, after you learn Thai, you're going to just go on to another country, not because you want to go learn another language, but because you're just not super interested in living in Thailand. And I don't know, that kind of reality is starting to kind of settle in, is making me just like, well, why are you doing this? But there's a rule that I've told people, that I've said before, and I'll say it again. Always know why you're learning a language, okay? I never came into studying Thai with the idea that I'm going to study Thai so I can live in Thailand forever. That was never the plan. So my thing was, I'm going to study Thai so I can learn in 2 years and have documentation to show people in the future who are trying to learn the language that you can learn a language in 2 years. And my reason for learning Korean now is to learn a language in 2 years without living in the country. So if I learned Thai in 2 years, then I would have accomplished my goal. Living in Thailand forever is not the goal. And Korean, if I am able to learn Korean in 2 years without going to live in Korea, then I will have accomplished that goal. And that's the goal. And that's what I got to keep in focus. Keep that in the forefront. And if I do that, then I can get over this kind of thing that's kind of holding me back right now, which I know I can get over it. But these Conquering Thai Week videos are for me to talk to you in a realistic way about the struggles, good, bad, and ugly, that I'm going through when learning a language, so that while you're learning your language, you can understand that these things happen, and the way to learn the language is by doing blah, blah, blah. In this particular case, the way to learn the language is by remembering why you're learning it and focusing on that, and then sticking with it. Okay. If you're learning the language because you want to live in that country forever, and then you find out you don't actually want to live there, you don't really have much reason to learn the language if that's your reason. I learned Japanese. That was my major in university, and my reason for learning Japanese was because I thought I wanted to live in Japan. And then I went and lived in Japan for a year, and I didn't really like it. And of all the languages that I speak, that I learned, Japanese is definitely the language that I actively use the least. All I do really is just watch Japanese TV shows now. There was a time when my Japanese was solid, but like I said, my reasoning for learning Japanese is because I wanted to live in Japan. But after I went there and I realized I'm not really feeling this, then it decreased slowly with time. And I can still communicate in Japanese, and I can still watch TV shows. Don't get me. If you message me in Japanese and in the comment section, I'll answer in Japanese. It is like, I haven't forgotten Japanese, but it's definitely going to be the first language that I forget. I mean, it will. So yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are, and you do what you will with that. We're still on Thai. We're still focused, and we're still going to learn Thai in 2 years. But this is a reality of what comes with the game of learning the language. Learning plateaus, losing interest, your brain starting to try to tell you, what's the point? What are you doing it for? You might as well just stop. Your brain does that. You gotta push that to the side and focus on what you're doing. That's the video for today. I'm the Ghetto Linguist. I'll see you in the future. Peace.
Rather slay a dragon than sit and watch it happen. I'm on another level, man. I'm still an avocado. What's a couple quotes if no one know you said them? Slay a couple dragons, but no one know you did it. You don't owe me shit except a little credit.